likes it. Hey, Mikey!
Well, I like it too. Good morning. It's Susie Q96. Welcome to today's meeting of the Deadbeat Club. It's the Deadbeat Club. And this deadbeat found a treasure last night. I could not go to sleep. So I got up and started piddling around with stuff on my desk and going through things. And I found a treasure. I decided to open some of these useless rolls from this penny box that has produced absolutely nothing. And I opened a couple rolls and it continued to produce absolutely nothing. And finally I opened a roll and it had an S penny in it, a 1971 S. I wasn't unhappy to find that, but I have a number of 1971 S pennies, so I did not get particularly excited about the prospect of having found one. Particularly excited about the prospect of having it. Just, like I said, I didn't get too excited about it. But then I was getting ready to quit, and I picked up the shield penny out of the roll, and it just looked odd. And all of a sudden I realized why it looked odd. And here's what I got. This is the first time I have ever pulled anything like this from a penny box. I got a proof. It's been out in the wild and it's a little scratched, but I got a 2011 S proof. If it didn't have all these scratches on it, it'd be worth $5. I don't know what it's worth in its current condition, but that's the first time I ever found a proof penny in the wild. One of the things I also noticed about this proof is that it's a little bit weak on the word trust. The T and the R are quite weak. But I never found a proof in my penny box before, so we do have one. I'm quite happy about that because I have found absolutely nothing of much use in this box. So there you go. We got a proof. Let's look at the reverse of the proof. The reverse looks a lot better than the obverse. It does have a little mark right there, but it's not scratched up. So that's the best find so far in our penny box. Since nobody is speaking up, I guess nobody wants to get entered in the giveaway. So I'm just going to open a couple more rolls of pennies and move on. I know I'm broadcasting up against a group that bills themselves as being better than the rest of us. And that, to me, that's just kind of sad. I mean, it's one thing to have self-confidence. It's another thing when you think you're better than other people. But I don't. I'm just me, and I'm gonna go on whenever I feel like doing it. I used to bow down and try to not stream when somebody else was. However, there's always somebody else streaming. That's what keeps YouTube alive. So we're going to search some pennies for a little bit. And if somebody decides to speak up, we'll give them an entry into the gift away. I kind of decided I'm not going to do any more of them. I may just take the whole channel down, but I may not too, because that's just what some people would like me to do. And I'm a stubborn old lady, so that's probably not going to happen. I am probably going to change the time of my metal detecting show during the summer months, because doing it at 6 o'clock, that's actually the coolest part of the day here. And I want to free that time up to go detecting. And I figured people would rather be sitting in the house during the day when it's a little bit cooler instead of 100 degrees outside. So I am probably going to switch the time of the detecting show. I'm going to think about it over the weekend, and I will make the announcement at the beginning of the week. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to start doing it around 1 o'clock on Wednesday. That would be 1 o'clock Eastern time, at least during the summer months, so we can keep things a little bit cooler. And some people probably not gonna like it, gonna have something to say about it, but that's, to free up my time. They'll probably say,
"Jane, you ignorant slut."
Yeah, that's probably what they're gonna say. And, it is what it is.
Oh, that's so funny, I forgot to laugh.
Yeah, got the original Saturday Night Live crowd hanging out in here. So anyway, let's do some pennies here. I'm in the wrong window. There I am. Alrighty. I put a bunch of new stuff in the giveaway box yesterday. I'll probably be putting some more in there today. I got a lot of stuff that I got to get through here. I was going to go detecting this morning. I woke up lazy. That's all I can say. I woke up lazy. Yep. Just didn't feel like getting in my car. Boy, I wish I'd find a DDO on one of these. I know they're out there. For me, they're not. I still can't believe I pulled a proof out of this penny box last night. That was amazing. I wish I'd have been on camera. Looking for signs of a DDR. Huh. Don't think we got it. Yeah, this is one nice little trick I learned, that when something looks double on the microscope, if you turn the coin and change the angle, a lot of times that what you think is doubling is just a shadow. So that's quite helpful. That made me a little easier to read cheat sheet. After I finish this box, I'm going to start going through a lot of Wheaties I have, looking for errors. I've been setting them aside for a while now. Before I start giving any of them away, I'm going to have to take a look at them. Because there's a lot of stuff that could be on them that I have never bothered to search for. No, no DDR, but it is in the Kappa Hoppa. Later on today, we are probably going to break out the test kits. Oh, looky, we got a weedified Wheatie. Finally found a Wheatie in this box. If that one person that is lurking would show themselves, I would give them a free entry for having discovered this Wheatie. But there we go. Let's see what year we have. A 1944. All right. During the war. I got to get a new scope. This one's on its last leg. All right. Good deal. Finally broke through. Got a Wheatie. Yeah. I'm so happy. The box has produced something. It gave us a Wheatie. Here's another 2022. That one doesn't look too bad. Oh, yeah, it's got some scratches at the bottom. I've been putting them in a little cup. I'm going to try to find the best ones I can. I'm so happy we finally got a Wheatie out of this thing. Oh, boy, now we got two people. 1962. If I knew who you were, I'd give you a free entry into the Jumpin' June giveaway. But I don't know who you are, so I can't. People embarrassed to be in the Deadbeat Club? Honey, I'd be proud to be in the Deadbeat Club. If you're not familiar with that term, it comes from a song in the early 1990s by a band called the B-52s. And it's a song about hanging out and not doing anything and just drinking beer and coffee and chit-chatting. But my favorite line in it is about going down to a place called Allen's and putting quarters in the jukebox, where they're playing real loud 96 Tears. Now, 96 Tears is a song that came out in 1966. So the very fact that a 1990s band made reference to it in one of their songs was pretty awesome. And 96 Tears is one of the ultimate loud jukebox songs. It was written by my best pal and buddy, Mr. Q himself. of a little band out of Michigan called Question Mark and the Mysterians. And so, in honor of the fact that I do work with Question Mark and the Mysterians, I've named my little unformatted chats the Deadbeat Club because it makes reference every time to 96 Tears, and I do as well in my very name. So, let's see what else comes out of here. I don't know if I can beat that proof. That was an amazing find. Like I said, I have never pulled a proof from a penny box before. No double ear on there. And I just wish I had been live streaming when it happened. But I wasn't. I almost came on and live streamed, but it was really late. I was just about to go to bed when the incident occurred. There's some copper for the hopper. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There's a 64. I've been putting my 60s in one of these little plastic tubes. It's about a little over halfway full of 60s. Let's look for the white AM. And then I'm going to do a giveaway right here, live in the stream. See how long it takes people to show up. Whenever you say giveaway, all of a sudden people miraculously appear. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a giveaway in just a little bit. That one doesn't really have much of an ear at all on it. $74. Hopper in the hopper. More copper in the hopper. A 2017 P. That penny has an interesting history. We discussed that not too long ago. There's A. It goes into Compa Hoppa. AM. Yeah, I picked up a couple of things last night over in Spray Can's auction that I pretty much feel like I stole them. I got a 3-penny set of steel pennies for $1. Everybody's sleeping on that. Very nicely packaged. I forgot what else I bought. Something else penny related that I also paid only $1 for. So I've got to look around here and find a $2 bill. I agreed to, instead of sending $2 electronically, I'm going to send Mr. Tony a $2 bill to pay for my purchases. And the night before, I got a Canadian, one of their painted coins with the poppies on it. So I used to have one and I gave it away. So I replaced that because I decided I liked it. I wanted another one. So, all right. Next roll is 84. Let's look at those ears, baby. Come on, Link. Let's have something pretty. Oh, goodness. There's 82. Needs to go in a separate bucket for those. That's another container of things I need to address. Let's check for the close AM here. And it's not in there. There's a 66. Put that in the 2B. The 2B thing. Let's look at the ear. It looks like a standard ear. Ooh. That's ugly. 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 Yeah, I knew nobody was going to come in because there's that one big event that happens every morning over at Miss Ida's house. But this is when I have time to do this, so this is when I'm going to be doing it. It's nothing personal to her. I like Miss Ida, but I only have so much time in my day as well, and I have a lot of things I need to be getting done. This box was not actually on my list of things I was going to do, but the lady at the bank offered me a box, so I never turn down a box of pennies when I have the opportunity to access one. So I'm still rolling up pennies from the previous boxes. I need to get them back to the bank. I want to try and get a nickel box at some point, but I've got all these pennies I need to process, and it is detecting season, so I may hold off on that nickel box and focus on some of these other projects. And at the end of the month, I have to go to a new specialist for the situation with my eye, and so I don't know what they're going to do to me down there. Last time I went, they poked me in the eye with a sharp stick. And I don't like the word literally, but they literally poked me in the eye with a sharp stick. They stuck a needle in there. That was not fun. At least I don't think it was. They had me all doped up, so I don't know. Let's look for the DDO. I don't see any DDOs happening there. Ooh, we're up to 3 people now. Somebody finally made a comment. Let's see who it was. Well, my comments aren't showing up. What's the deal here? There, Paula. I'll have to show what I found right after I give Paula an entry just for being here. And because I finally found a wheat penny in this dumb box. But that's not the best thing I found. Got to show you what I found late last night. I was so excited, and then I was so mad because I wasn't online when I found it, and this would have been a cause. Polly, you're up to 3 entries, girl. Oh, there's Sir Benji. He's going to get one too. And then I'll show you what I found last night. Yeah, I got up early. I was going to go detecting, and it's supposed to be about 15 degrees cooler tomorrow morning, so I decided I'm going to go then. I just don't think I'm into the heat. And there's Kevin. There's Mark Thomas unlurking. Let me give those two one, and then I'll show you what I found. Glad to see Kevin back in visiting with us. Let me get Mark and Kevin written in. Mark, you're up to 3. Kevin, that's your first entry for the Jumpin' June giveaway. We've only got one person that's maxed out on their entries so far, and that is the Lucky James Eller. Okay, last night I couldn't sleep, and I was getting pretty frustrated because I hadn't found anything at all in this box. And I was sitting here, and I picked up this one, and I thought, that penny looks strange. What happened to that penny? And then I realized what I was holding in my hand. I got a proof out of this penny box, a 2011 S, the only decent shield penny I ever found in my life. Check this out. It's got some scratches on it, unfortunately, because it's been out floating around in the wild. Now, if you look up here at trust, the trust on it is really weak. And that's not just how it looks on the camera. That's how it looked under my jeweler's loop as well. It just doesn't. If you look at the T and the R in trust, they are very weak. And I've tried turning it, and it actually the R almost disappears, the bottom part of it. But yeah, I found a proof in my pennies last night. That's why the surface of it looked so odd to me. Now, the reverse is very clean, other than there's a little boo-boo right there. But proofs aren't made to be rolling around out in the wild. So I was pretty excited about that. And in the same roll, I did find another S. I have a large number of 71 S's, so I didn't get particularly excited. And then this morning, I finally found the first Wheatie in the box. I found a 44 in the roll I just finished. So we finally broke through after about 13 rolls and started finding some things. But yeah, I was really happy about that proof. I've never found a proof in a penny box before. My very first penny box, I did find a blank planchet, and I had never seen one of those before. And I still have that. I'm not going to get rid of that. But I had never found a proof in a penny box before. And so when I first saw it, I thought, what happened to that penny? And then I realized what it was. I realized that when the light caught it, I said, oh my gosh, I think I have a proof. And sure enough, we got a proof out of this box. To me, that, kind of makes up for the lack of Wheaties. The 2 boxes before this both had Indian heads in them. So I was hoping for another IHP, but heck, I'll take a proof anytime. If it didn't have the damage on it, the book says it would be worth $5. With the damage, probably maybe $2.50. I don't know. But nonetheless, it's a proof. And, you know, I watch a lot of people hunting penny boxes, and I've heard, I don't think I've ever seen anybody pull a proof out of one before. I could be mistaken, but I don't think I've ever seen anybody do it. So that was pretty exciting. So that's definitely the best item out of this box so far. This box has been not producing much, but the last one I had, it was almost halfway through the box before I started finding anything of value. So I don't know. There's something about these boxes from Wells Fargo. They're slow. But like I said, I hadn't planned on getting a box right now. It goes into copper. But when I went in the bank to do something else, the lady asked if I wanted a box. She just assumed that's what I came in for. So I said, yeah, sure, I'll take a box. Knowing I really don't have time to mess with it, but once they're here, I have to. I have to start looking at them. So we're going to work on this one for a little while this morning. And then I've got some other projects that I got to take care of. But we are now up to 45 entries in the giveaway, and the goal is 100 by, when am I doing this thing anyway? I gotta look at the calendar, because one of the things I have to do this weekend is make the comment video. But I've been holding off because a couple of the prizes are on their way, and they're supposed to arrive tomorrow. So when they're here, I will make the video showing some of the prizes and all the important info. We will be doing the drawing on June 29th. I was going to do it on the 4th of July, and then I thought, no, everybody and their mom's doing stuff on the 4th of July, and I would like to participate in some things on 4th of July, so I don't want to be doing a stream on that day. So we'll do ours a little ahead. Yeah, that made my night last night. I was feeling a little funky and mentally funky. And so to have something like that jump out of the box, that was pretty exciting. And I got something special. Mikey's not here right now, so I found something just special for Mikey. So the next time Mikey comes in and is telling us about his din-din, here's what I found from Mikey last night. Yeah, see, I won't be around on the 4th either. I'm going to get Mikey. I'm going to get him with that one. He's too young to know what it is, but I'm pretty sure some of you know what that is. That's from an old Saturday Night Live skit called the Olympia Restaurant, where all they served was cheeseburgers, chips, and Pepsi. So I could not actually find that sound clip. I had to create it on my own. I had to find the video and extract the audio just to get that chee-buggy, so I can blast Mikey with it. Yeah, see, that was the other thing, Paula. I thought there's a whole bunch of live streams going on the 4th, and then there's a bunch of people that have plans for the 4th. So and this is actually the end of June giveaway, so I decided it's going to be at the end of June. I'm not going to try to compete with everybody's activities, and I'm not going to try to compete with everybody else's live streams. So I just put it on Wednesday when my regular detecting show would be happening anyway. And yeah, that was a funny skit. They used to do it all the time. I've got another clip I'm working on out of that I'm actually going to use on my genealogy channel, where one of the guys in the restaurant is describing who the other people in the restaurant are, and he said, talking about one of them is his uncle, but he treats him like a brother, and one of them is his second cousin, but he treats her like a first cousin, and one of them he treats like a fourth cousin because he's loud and obnoxious and he's an idiot. And it's a pretty funny skit, but it's I'm gonna isolate that little clip for my genealogy channel because it's pretty funny. I'm also gonna start going back on camera again. Somebody told me that my show was a lot funnier when they could see the faces and stuff that I'm making. So now that I have hair again, I'm gonna try to come back on it. I have a wig that they got for me, but oops, my alarm's going off. Let me get an alarm deal. Oh, shut up. I'm not calling Q right now. No, we're not doing that. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to try to spiff things up around here a little bit. We'll be in Maggie Valley. Now, where exactly is Maggie Valley? I have heard of it. I don't know exactly where that is. I haven't really gotten to do much investigating of the state of Virginia and the surrounding areas, because right after I got here, I fell and cracked my ribs. And not long after that, I had that pulmonary embolism. And so just in the past couple of months now, I've been able to start getting out and about, and I really can't go anywhere till I fix my car. Fortunately, right now, Virginia has not been stopping people for routine traffic things like not having a proper inspection sticker. My car, I took through the inspection, but my emergency brake is not functioning correctly, so I don't have a sticker. And it's going to cost me 200 and something. I forgot what they said, $286 or some mess like that to repair. So I don't drive my car very far because I don't want them to stop me and give me a ticky. I don't need no tickies. But I will drive it up to the drugstore or something like that to pick up my prescriptions. But I'd like to get out and about, see some areas, see if I can find some better spots to detect. I've kind of worn everything out around me. Looking for a close AM. Not there. Not there. I'll settle for another Wheatie. In North Carolina, across the mountain from Dollywood. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, that's one of the areas that I've been wanting to go to. But I don't want to be driving around without a sticker on my car. And my car's got a lot of miles on it anyway. Good morning, Linda Wallace. Let me show Linda what I found. Look what we found last night in the penny box. We found a proof. A 2011 S proof in my penny box. It's got some boo-boos on it because it's been floating around out in the wild, but that cinnamon colored Lincoln against the real shiny clued me in pretty quick that I had something unusual. And the reverse is in better shape. It's got a little boo-boo at the bottom, but I've never found a proof in my penny box before. That kind of broke the bad luck streak on this box because we really hadn't been finding much of anything in here. And then I found a 71S, and this morning so far I found a 44S, but I don't think we're going to be able to top finding a proof in here. But you never know, that might have changed our karma. But I figured I'd do a few rolls this morning. I got off to a slow start, but what the heck. Let's look for the close AM. Nope. Regular AM. And anyway, I've got to make my comment video for the Jumpin' June gift away, but I'm waiting till tomorrow's deliveries because there's some prizes coming that I want to show. No DDODO, but it goes into Kappa Hoppa anyway. Still has some viability as a real coin. Yeah, I was thinking about it last night, and I see some beautiful coins come from other countries that are made of less expensive metals, but they're made of metals that don't break down the way our coins do. And I was thinking, I wonder what people from other countries think when they get these ugly, nasty zinc pennies in their change. And then we're looking at their coins, and their coins are very clean and looking nice. And I'm going to give you an example of an inexpensive coin. This one is from Canada. I just happened to get this from my sister-in-law. I mean, it's not silver. It's not any precious metal, but it doesn't look nasty like our zinc money. It's still a presentable, clean looking coin. How embarrassing is it for us to be handing out coins to people, for people to use, that look like they came out of our toilet bowl? I thought we had more pride than that in our country, but apparently not. Apparently, we're just cheap trailer trash. I don't know. Paula, I think you meant to post that over in Ida's stream, but that's okay. We were talking about your trip too. Uh, what was I looking for? 83. I was looking for a DDR. Let's flip the coin over. But yeah, I find zinc pennies to be an embarrassment. What happened to the T in states there? That's just got some crud on it, I guess. I don't see any real evidence of a DDO. But yeah, I just don't understand why we put such an ugly coin out there and let it get passed around the world for people to laugh at us and go, God, look at this crap. And if you find the ones that have been in the ground for a while, I have a whole jar of half rotted away coins. They look like they came from the zombie apocalypse or something. They're just ugly. Oh, and I need to do something here real quick. I need to give Linda Wallace a free entry in the Jumpin' June giveaway. If I can find my pen. So that brings us up to 45 entries. We're going to have a total of 100. And we're going to do the 100 quackadoodle duck race again. It's okay, Paula. I get it. I do. I have done far worse. One time I paid the same bill 3 times. I have 3 accounts at this one company. One is my personal account. One was an account I had with my now ex-husband. And one was for my jewelry business. And instead of paying each one, I was sitting there and I hadn't had my coffee yet. I put all 3 payments on the same one. So that was worse because then I couldn't get them to move the money, and I had to do a bunch of song and dance to fix that one. Nope, no wide there. It matters not, my dear. I just wanted to make sure if you were answering Ida that she actually got the answer. I think the worst one, though, was somebody was talking behind my back one time in one of the streams, and they were talking about me in another stream, and they accidentally posted it in mine. Oops. Busted. I'm like, well, thank you for the lovely compliment. Now get the hell out of here. Oh, I was bad that day. Where's my thing? I closed a folder I didn't want to close. And my desktop is a mess. I got to organize this. That's another thing on my list. I can't wait for Mikey to come in. I really can't wait for him to come in and start talking about his dinner, because he's going to get it. Yep, we're going to set the boy up. Oh, I have some ugly money. I got some ugly $50 too. I got one that somebody, I guess they thought they were funny, but it's really not funny. They took red nail polish and I guess they were trying to simulate a gunshot wound and put it on Kennedy's head on a $50. And I thought that one was incredibly tacky. But I'm not going to clean it because that's the way I got it. But yeah, it was just sad that someone would think that was funny. Let's look for the wide AM. I keep hoping one of these days I'll... Yeah, see, that's the thing with me, Paula. If I've got something to say about somebody, I'm going to go to them. I'm not going to be hiding behind a cardboard box or a fake name or whatever. If I got a problem with you, you're probably going to get an email from me. And I'm just going to say, hey, what's the deal? You know, please let me know what it is that you're upset about, and let's see if we can resolve that situation. I'm not going to do what that person was doing for the very fact that if you screw up, you are publicly busted. And that's what happened to him. He got publicly embarrassed because he posted in the wrong stream. He had 2 or 3 different ones open, and he messed up. You can do that so easily. So I just, I emailed him when he did it. I didn't even call him out in the stream except to say, well, thank you for the lovely compliment. And then I sent him a private message going, hey, dude, what was that all about? And then I went over to the stream when I figured out where he was actually trying to post that. And I went over there, and there were 2 or 3 of them saying some stuff. And I said, okay, I just didn't think that was the way to handle it. Now, I have called people out in public in my own channel, not someone else's, when they have said something nasty in my channel and said, hey, this isn't cool. But I try not to do that. I try to take the high road. Good morning, Silver Shark. Let me get this last couple of pennies looked at, and we're going to write someone else's name down on the list. Yeah, I'm giving away free entries this morning to the Jumpin' June gift away. Let's look for a wide, nothing there. And get my notebook out. Got a whole fancy notebook now just for writing down the entries and things. Number 46 is the Silver Shark getting an entry. If anyone needs to know how many entries they have, let me know. You are allowed to have 5 unless you get an exempt from a special contest, in which case you'll be able to have extra ones. Linda Wallace has 2 right now. Paula has 3. That was Silver Shark's first one. The only person who is maxed out so far is the lucky James Eller, who got his 5th one last night. So, like I said, we're going to have 2 grand prizes again, one for the coin collecting group and one for our metal detecting folks. And then there will no doubt be a couple of smaller prizes. But I have gotten away from doing a whole bunch of little things because it was just costing me too much to mail them. So I thought quality over quantity might be the way to go. And last month, we had our two winners, both only had one entry. There were people that had 6 or 7, got beat out by folks with one entry. So we'll see what happens with this month's adventure. Like I said, I'll be doing the comment video showing the prizes this weekend. Just waiting for a couple things to get here. I've had some things donated, and according to my Alexa thing this morning, it told me that I have 2 items that are going to be delivered tomorrow. And I can tell you what they are. They are both for the detecting people. One is a snakeskins coil wire cover that protects your coil wire on your machine from getting snagged on rocks and branches and other things that could cause damage to it. And it makes your detector look really cool because they come in all different colors. I'm not sure what color we're getting. And we are also getting another of the books to record your fines in. Those seem to be very popular with people that have won them, and I've been getting different ones each time to try to find the best one. And then I have on the coin side, we've got a walker we'll be giving away, and some other coins. We got a really cool item that I'll wait and show in the video, because I have to get it on camera. I can't even explain it without showing it. So, but yeah, we've got we also had a Garrett Fines apron donated for the detecting one. That came from Dawn, the metal detective. Put that in there. So we got some pretty good stuff this month. So, well, and then I've got some other smaller items. I haven't figured out exactly how I'm doing it yet, but I'll have it figured out by the time I make the video. And I might also put some of my handcrafted jewelry in. I haven't done that for a while, but I'm weeding through some of that, trying to get my inventory down. It's farmers market season again, and so as I start doing those, I'll no wide on that one. I will be weeding through some of the jewelry, and just because I don't want my display to be so large, it's starting to take too long to set up. So periodically I go through and pick out some pieces and give them away. I gave away several at Christmas, and some Christmas ornaments and that kind of doody-doo. Oh, I need to turn the fan on. It's starting to get warm in here. Yeah, my front window has the sun shining right in on me. Getting a little toasty. I try not to run the air conditioning because the power here is a little more expensive than it was when I lived in Georgia. And trying to keep trying to keep my bills down so I can continue saving for the Michigan move. Got to work on my eBay store. I got a lot of stuff. And I'm hoping, hoping the treatment that they're going to come up with me for on my eye is not going to be something that's going to cause me a setback. Let's look for the DVR. But I won't know that till the end of the month. Right now, I've been really good, really stable. I was able to drive a couple of hundred, 200-300 miles in Miss Dawn's vehicle. Of course, it's got built-in bubble wrap. That's what I call it. It has all of the backup thing. It has the thing that if you get too close to the vehicle in front of you, it starts slowing you down so that you won't run into the back of someone. It's got indicators that come on the side mirrors if there's an object too close. It has a warning if it thinks you're swerving too much to tell you to take a break. That's why I call it bubble wrap. So it was a pretty safe vehicle for me to be driving in. There's Daniel. Yes, we did find something interesting. I found it last night. Let me get Daniel on the list here, and then I'll show you what I found. It's one of those items that's just worth throwing back under the scope every once in a while. So get Daniel on there real quick. Then I'll show him what we found. Unfortunately, I did not find it on camera. I found this last night. But I've never found one ever in a box hunt. I got a 2011 S proof. Now I do have it in a little 2x2, so you can't really get the full effect of how shiny that is. But yes, indeed, we found a proof in the pennies. Now, I have looked at this with my jeweler's loop. Up here, this TR, well, actually the whole word trust, but especially the TR, is very weak. And even when you turn it, it doesn't really pop like you would expect. I mean, the bottom of the R is there, but it's weak. But never found a proof penny in my box before. And this box has been a real stinker. Oops, I just found a Wheatie. We've only found one Wheatie in this whole box, and I think I'm on roll 16 now. So now this is our second Wheatie. Anybody want to make a guess? Morning, Mike Wolf. Anybody want to guess the date on that while I put Mike Wolf's name on the entry list for the Jumpin' June gift away? He's number 48. Got all the mics on here. All right. Okay, Daniel says he thinks it's a 57. Anybody else want to guess real quick? Oh, did I tell you I'm going to give away an extra chance to win for whoever gets the closest without going over on this date? Let's see what we got. fortunate to get 10 rolls of pennies, and in the third roll with 2 steel wheat pennies. Excellent. Last night I made a really good score on Spray Can was having a little mini auction, and he had a nice little set of steel pennies. I forgot what year it was, but they were in a nice little card with the P, the D, and the S, and people weren't paying attention, and I got it in the auction for $1. $1. Because my S's are a little, one of them is a little weak, so I bought that. All right, anybody else want to take a guess? Let's see, we've got 57, 52, and 32. All right, let's flip her. See what we got. Good morning, Doug. Yeah, it was a steal, all right. 46. Doug said 44. So I think he's the closest. Daniel and Mike went over. All right, well, we got to put Doug in there anyway for showing up. So it looks like Mr. Doug got closest with his 44 on my 46. So now that one that I'm giving away for this was an extra. So Doug actually got one for coming in and one for the correct date. So Doug has 2 regular entries now and 1 exempt. So he's going to try and get in there. And that's only the second Wheatie we have found in this whole box. We found them both this morning. So at least it's finally starting to produce. But I don't think we're going to be able to top finding that proof in here. That was pretty amazing. Show that to Doug real quick. Yeah, I got this last night. 2011 proof penny. That was pretty groovy. I don't know if Mike Wolf saw it either. So that's what we're trying to beat. It's got a few scratches on it because it's been out in the wild, but nonetheless, it's just not something you find every day in a penny box. So that right now is the top ranked item from this group. I gotta check Lincoln's ear here. I keep hoping to find the double one, but so far no go. So far no go. Yeah, I know it's early, Doug. I try to go on at different times when I'm doing these giveaway signups so that people in different parts of the country and different work schedules and that sort of thing have an opportunity to get signed up. And this morning I got up early because I had intended to go detecting, but it got hot so fast. And tomorrow our temperatures are supposed to be about 10 degrees cooler. So I decided that I was just going to wait until tomorrow, because when Dawn, the metal detective, and I went down to Florida last week, that, I grew up there in a house with no air conditioning, but I'm going to tell you what, that heat about knocked me out last week. Found a 1925 cent in a roll. Excellent, excellent. Yeah, this, like I said, this roll's been pretty, or this box has been pretty skimpy. It started improving last night. That same roll that I pulled the proof, I had a 71S. That was the first S other than the proof. And then this morning I've gotten a couple of Wheaties, so it's starting to warm up a little bit on this box. But there's an 82. I got a whole little bucket of those. Those are a separate entity for me to play with. Later today, I'm going to work on getting some of my backlog of metal detecting videos done. At least try to get one and a short. And like I said, I'm holding off on the comment video until a couple more of the prizes get here. That is a nice looking 79. Except for that big splat right on Lincoln's face. I wonder what that is. Can't tell if it's a stain or something sticky. Unfortunately, I think it's a stain. Too bad. Too bad, because that wasn't a bad looking coin except for that. Alrighty, I'm going to do one more roll. And then I think I'm going to take a break from this. Make me some coffee. I haven't even had coffee yet. I don't drink coffee every day like I used to. I used to drink it by the pot, but I wasn't sure if I wanted any this morning. But I have come to the realization that I do. So after I do this roll, I'm going to coffee and then work on some other things. I did clean my detector a couple of days ago. Really clean it. I hosed it off in Florida, but I really cleaned it the other day because I knew there was going to be sand under the coil cover. And yeah, I brought back part of Reddington Beach with me. So I had to get all that out, make sure I got all the salt water off. I also find good order ones, but they usually have a spot on the front or the back that ruins it. Yeah, that was a really nice coin, except for that big splat right in his head. That was like, that one's not even totally awful. I mean, it's got your standard issue tarnish, but then you get over on the back and there's like a blob and a blob and a blob. So those end up just in the copper hopper. Alrighty, what we got here? Junk. Junque. Junkie. Now this one's got an interesting outer edge. If you look at the top, it's very thin, and then wider and wider and wider until it's full down at the bottom, and then it's just a little bit off. Not anything worth anything. Yeah, it's 9:20 here. Paula and I are in the same state, just different sections of the state. But yeah, I woke up at 6 this morning. I usually get up around 7:30, 7 to 7:30, because that's when I need to do my medications. But I woke up at 6, couldn't go back to sleep. So figured I might as well do something like share the fact that I found that proof, because I was still excited about that from last night. And I wasn't online when I found it, so I didn't get to share that with anybody. I was like, oh man, look what I found. And there was no one to share it with. So I figured I'd just open up the Deadbeat Club and see what, show it off a little bit, because that I've never found any of those before in the wild, and certainly not in a penny roll. So it was different. It was different. I got a ton of those. I just throw them back now. I made a couple rolls of them. And I don't know if any of you saw, but I got a package from Handy Andy 73.6, and Jack Joe the cat included in that package some organic catnip for M3. So I put a video up yesterday of M3 with his organic kitty pot. It's just a telephone made video. Definitely not professional quality, but it was funny. He liked it. He likes his catnip. And then I showed the other things that were in there, because some of them are going to be regifted. The ones that don't fit in my collection will go into my gifting box. Another 60s. But I had quite a number of coins there that I need to check. Yeah, he was pretty wild. And then I got up earlier to use the facilities, and M wasn't in his usual sleeping location. And I came out in the living room, and apparently I was not supposed to throw the envelope away, because he had retrieved it from the trash, and I guess it had kitty pot smell on it. So he had gotten that back out of the trash, played with it for a while. I wanted it close, and I did. No, what am I looking for? Oh, I'm looking for the DDR. See, I need coffee. Oh, crapatoga. I don't see any DDR action happening here. All right. Yeah, that's a real good find. I wouldn't mind finding anything like a 25. We found a 29 a couple of rolls back. That was a shocker. But yeah, I'm always happy if I find anything. Really, I am. This box right here has been so incredibly slow that I was thrilled beyond belief when I got that proof out of it. Okay, now this is one that a lot of people for some reason don't know about. On the 1960D, there's a D over D where the small date is over the large date, and there's a D over D with the large date over the small. And it's terribly hard, even in the photographs that I have looked at of it, to ascertain. I don't believe I have anything on this one but that's what you have to look for. Ooh, 1912. There's a oldie but a goodie. Yeah. Eyes on the road. People drive crazy enough in Flint. I mean, I don't see any indication that there's a D over D happening or any numbers happening, but that is one that a lot of people, for some reason, don't know about to be on the lookout for. Yeah, I saw on the news yesterday, like Flint, Michigan needed more trouble. Now they've got an oil spill in the Flint River. They don't drink the water from the Flint River. But what got me about that story was the Flint River is horribly polluted, as everyone knows. And yesterday, when they were discussing how the oil spill was discovered, they said it was a gentleman out fishing who discovered the oil spill. And my first thought was, why would you want to eat a fish that came out of the Flint River? It probably has 3 heads. No, 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 no. I would not be fishing in that stink hole. I almost became a fish in that stink hole a few years back. It's part of why I have my back problems so badly. I hit a patch of black ice and spun my car and almost went off an embankment into the Flint River. But fortunately, because I have quite a bit of experience driving race cars, I was able to get the car aimed in another direction. Yeah, we may have to change his name to Stony, or M3 can now stand for my marijuana meow or something. I don't know. But he sure liked that kitty pot he got in the mail. He was a happy boy. I put a little of it on his toys earlier to see if I can get him to take some interest in those stuffed toys again. I may seal them up in a box with some of it for a couple of nights and see if it absorbs some, because he's about done playing with them. They've kind of lost their goodie now, but he was playing with his carrot a couple days ago, so I added some kitty pot on them this morning to see if that will make him I hope there was a good reason for giving your dog the gummy, medicinal purposes. I have a friend whose vet prescribed them for her dog because her dog has really, really bad arthritis, and it does seem to be helping her dog. So I used to get them, and I think I'm going to go back to trying that again because I don't like taking pain meds. Most of them I am allergic to anyway, and the ones I can take bother my stomach, and so I'm going to discuss that with my doctor about trying the gummies again. Virginia is kind of funny about them, though, so I don't know. Let's see if we got a close AM here. Nope. I've never found one. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, 87s. I'm not real good, but I don't think there's anything exciting on them that I found. Has any, oh, speaking of errors and things on coins, has anyone else seen this video about the new error on the Sally Ride quarters that has been discovered? I've got one Sally Ride quarter. I'm going to have to get it out and look, but I think I would have seen this if it were present on the one I have. And they're supposed to have another of the women quarters come out this week. I've forgotten who it is, but I'll be checking my car wash quarters for those. Hopper in the hopper. I got 5 more here in this roll, and then I'm gonna pack it up for a while. 8 of the new quarters. I have to check them out. I have several of the Maya ones and only one Sally Ride. I actually had a second Sally Ride when I was in Florida, and I had to spend it because we were at the hotel and I had already put quarters in the washing machine, and I didn't have any more except that one in my pocket, so I had to put it in the washer, and I didn't want to, but I justified it by saying, well, it's already got a gouge out of it. Hello, digging up the Carolinas. I gotta give you a entry. I think everybody else that came in, I have already done that for. So you will get one entry in the Jumpin' June gift away. All right, got that scribbled in there. I got 3 more pennies out of this roll. I have not gotten any in like my grocery change or anything, but all the ones I have gotten have either come from a vending machine or my car wash. The one that I had in Florida came from a vending machine, and all the rest of them have come from the car wash where I get my quarters for my Monday night thing. And I had to go Monday down there. I'm still washing the mud off of the stuff from the flea market I did Memorial Day weekend. That place was filthy. There's a 71D. Doesn't look too bad, but not anything except copper. My phone's ringing. Let it ring. And the last one was nothing. So, out of the rolls I did this morning, I did get 2 Wheaties. I got this 1946, and I got the 1944. The coin to beat so far in this box is last night's find of the 2011 S Proof. I wish it didn't have those scratches on it, but there's nothing I can do about it. It was found in the wild. So that's our item to beat. I'm going to go work on some other projects now. We got a bunch of people. I'm going to tell everybody who got entries by showing up today. Sometimes that's all you got to do around here, just show up, be in the house. So those who got entries into the Jumpin' June gift away this morning were Paula Abrams, Sir Benji, Mark Thomas, Kevin Katowski, Linda Wallace, Silver Shark, Daniel Lauren, Mike Wolf, Doug Harding, and Digging Up the Carolinas. I think that's everybody that showed up. If I missed someone, I'll go back through the list later on this one because everyone that showed up got an entry. Have a pool to vacuum, kind of slick on the bottom. I try not to go to the bottom of the pool because if I go to the bottom of the pool, I'm probably not going to come back up. So I don't have built-in flotation devices. So, all right, everybody, thank you for popping in and sharing my excitement over finding the proof. And we've still got plenty of rolls left. We'll be going through a few here and there. Just pop up when I have time to do so, as long as I end up by the end of the allotted time with my 100 people to participate in the 100 quackadoodle duck race for the grand prizes. We'll be all set to rock and roll. So I'll see y'all later. Everybody have a great weekend. I will see y'all shortly, soon. M3 says meow. Bye. Oh, wow. I'd like to have that box, Paula. Send it on over. I'll look through it for you. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.